No matter what political party you belong to, you will probably be pro taxation. If you ask most people if taxation is theft, they will probably think you're crazy. In fact, taxation has become a way of life to most people. Taxation has caused families to break up and has caused people to go to jail. Has caused business to go out of business, causing loads of people to lose jobs. A ton of people don't even know what the government was not allowed to collect taxes until until they passed the 16th Amendment. According to the most people, taxation is not theft because we have a social contract to this day. People will say that without taxation, our society would not be able to survive because the government will not be able to pay for the police force and other services. A lot of citizens also think that taxation is not the theft since you're getting something in return. In this speech, I will explain why taxation is theft and why it should be abolished. There are alternatives we can have instead of taxation to run our country. Many of people want to know why taxation is theft. They believe that I'm sort of an anarchist nut for thinking this way. There are many reasons why I consider taxation theft. One of the reasons is because the government doesn't own your money. You own your money. Nobody, not even a socialist, thinks that you don't own your money. Everybody agrees that you own your money. If a person steals money from a person, the court case doesn't say that the thief versus the government. The court says the thief versus the person he stole the money from. You owning your money is a valid point due to the fact government didn't earn your money. You did. The dictionary of theft defines theft by taking something that doesn't belong to you, and that is what taxation is. Lots of people think it is moral for a policeman to force a random person on the street to give him money. So why should taxation be different? The only difference I see is one is done in a formal way and the one is done in an informal way. So why should the government have the right to steal your money for you just because it's done in a formal way? This is why I think taxation is theft, but not just theft, legalized theft. Lots of people believe taxation is acceptable because we live in a social contract. They believe that when you live in a country, you're signing a social contract to pay for living in that country. The problem with that logic is that you never agree to that contract. Most countries, the most contract a person has to agree to. With a social contract, you have never agreed to it. There is not a contract that you are forced to sign. Only gangsters will make you do that. Do we not? Do we want to the government to use gangster like tactics to make money? In my mind, taxation seems to be pretty immoral. Another problem with the social contract with taxation is that the government does not own your property. The only person that owns your property is you. That's why we call your property private property, not public property. Therefore, it would only make sense to make someone sign a contract if he's living on your land, like an apartment. The person is not living on government property, he's living on private property. This is why the whole social contract argument is a very foolish argument. A lot of taxation people say that taxation is okay because you're getting something in return. In my opinion, this is of all the arguments the most foolish. Yes, you're getting something in return for taxes, but you still don't make it right. Let's say I go to your house and take your money, but with that money I buy you a car. You wouldn't consider that? Would you consider that you would consider that theft? Another example is that let's say I mowed your lawn without your permission, and after I mowed your lawn, I forced you to pay me. Of course, that's wrong. Taxation is no different than that examples I'm giving you. Taxation is theft, even if you're getting something in return, and even if you're using something that you get from taxation, because it's like it's like somebody buying all of the property and what do they call it again? And inflating the prices. That's what taxation is like inflating the prices. So if you're anti-monopoly search, soon to be anti-monopolies for the government. Just point that out. I wasn't part of my essay, but point that out. If you say that taxation is okay because you're getting something in return, then for someone to buy something from you should be okay. I mean, if if we hold that as this logic, I'm pretty sure monopolies and businesses would be taking advantage of people. Plus, many stuff you will get from the government that you can't consent to, like police work. You're not able to consent for police stopping a person from robbing you. If a person's robbing you, he has to be stopped. It's immoral for a thief to steal from you with no consequences. Also, many stuff you that you're buying with taxes, you're not getting in return. Like welfare, the person is paying taxes, not getting any welfare in return. I mean, the rich ones don't. Or like college, if a person's not going to college, he's not getting something in return. If he pays tax dollars are going for if his tax dollars are going for that, taxation is truly theft. A bunch of people think that government can't get any money without taxation. Even anti-taxation activists don't know how the government can get any money without taxes. In my opinion, this is completely false. There are many ways the government can get money without taxation. The government can make money by having lotteries. Many people like lotteries. Many local governments make loads of money from lotteries. Another way government can make money is by having tariffs. Tariffs, unlike taxes, are voluntary, not theft. The reason tariffs are not theft, that are not theft, is because they are like fees. Since the government owns the ports, every time a person crosses the ports, they have the right to get tariffs from them. Plus, tariffs were actually used in the past for government to make money before government created the 16th Amendment. An additional way the government can make money is by pay per user fees, which can work for every government service except for police force, as I explained in the paragraph before. Plus, last but not least, the best way I believe the government can make money with taxes is by selling land. The U.S. government owns about $100 trillion worth of land. Actually, I don't know how much they own of land, but they own a lot. They own, it's for sure in the trillions. They like 20, 30, something like that. It's 100 trillion. If we sell even half of it, we can pay off all of our debt. These are the alternatives that the government can make without making their systems pay taxes. In conclusion, well, you have seen why I believe taxation is taking some of its money without their consent. Also, the social contract argument is that taxes is foolish due to the fact that they're never agreed to the social contract, and the government does not own your land, so them making you sign a contract is foolish. Everyone in the audience has learned that taxation. Oh, I mean the viewers is now everybody that are viewing this on YouTube has learned that taxation is now okay, even though you are getting something in return. Since you can't force people to buy your stuff, and if you steal from someone, it's still bad, even though you are giving something in return. You also learned alternative taxes like lottery tariffs, paper user fees, and selling publicly owned land. In my mind, taxation is the most humane thing to happen to this country since slavery. We should abolish taxes, and the government should only spend their money on police forces, military, and law and order. I believe the government should also get the money by selling their own land. This is why I believe we can end legalized theft, also known as taxes.